know where I would like to put it that day. Thank you, Manchester. Good afternoon. We are the families of Josh, Harry, and also representing George, whose families could not be here with us today. Our sons were murdered on the 26th of January 2018 in Shepperdston Lane, Hayes. So many people's lives changed that night, friends, families and the communities. And now we are the voice of our sons. What has made this even more unbearable ordeal, even worse, is the fact that the police and the CPS have been trying to cover up what truly happened that night.
Shame.
Yeah. We are here together, although we may live miles apart, united in grief to remember the fallen in Manchester on that terrible day, which was supposed to be a happy fun day for all that attended that event, but instead turned out to be horrific tragedy for all the families involved. The aftermath of that attack was felt all around the world. It is time for us all to be united and stand against the terrible ideology that was the cause of that attack that night. We, the people, must grow from this, unite and get stronger, because at the moment we are classed as the enemy in our own country. We are. They cannot defeat our bulldog spirit. It's in our blood. As the world has found out in the past, we are a die-hard, determined nation. After all, the Germans could not stop us with their bombing raids. We just continued our normal daily lives. And we will not start now bowing down to these extremists. We will win this battle as we have many times before. It is time for the government to look after its people's welfare and not to be afraid of hurting an ideology which has no trouble in hurting us. Rather than sending our brave army abroad to fight wars that do not concern us, don't you think it would be better sorting out our own wars at home first?
Cheers, Rolls.
Our wars on the street and protecting the people of this country. I lost my dear son and his friends to an extremist attack. Our children, loved ones, are being murdered and slaughtered on our streets, yet the government don't seem to be doing anything about it.
Outrage.
They seem to be ignoring the fact that there is a sadistic ideology behind it. Yet our government, instead of trying to do something about it, they are inviting more and more people to come to our country who hate us. All because it's easier to turn a blind eye rather than actually doing something about it. We should not have to do what we are doing here today. We should be able to trust the government to protect us and our way of life. So we say loudly to you today, will you help us on our crusade against our government's denial in the mass killings of our people? As I said, we should not be standing here demanding our government to protect us. That should be their first priority. If we knew back then what we know now, we could have stopped this from ever deteriorating into the mess this country is in, caused by mass migration. I used to be proud of this great country, but how can I be proud of what we have to suffer and have suffered and our children suffer? A country that is run by people who allow this to happen to us. By not deporting the people who spread hate in our societies and leaving us open to attacks and covering these attacks up when they do happen. us. People need to be held accountable and we need to be listened to. Manchester should not have suffered that day, and the other two families and I should have not suffered. So what can we do now? Fight back so other children and loved ones do not suffer the same fate, a battle we must fight together. The establishment has tried to suppress us by making the British people feel it is wrong to say this and wrong to say that. They have downtrodden people and made us feel that we do not count. Well, to the establishment, if you are listening, we do count. Our children do matter. And the British people matter. We will not lose our identity and have another identity forced upon us. These inhumane people have taken everything from us, but they have not taken our British fighting spirit. So in the name of the Manchester bombing victims, Lee Rigby, the Westminster attack victims, London Bridge attack victims, and I want to mention Chris Donald, and our precious boys, Josh, Harry and George, and many others. Let's not remember them as victims of extremism, but as heroes in their own right. Let them be the trigger that ignited the gunpowder of why we must now push forward and take our country back so they did not die in vain. I will not allow my children and my poor son to think that I sat back and done nothing, but watched this country go down on its knees. I will fight for this country with every bone in my body. We did not start this fight, but I am damn sure we will win it. We are strong alone, but unstoppable together. I will end this with the words of Sir Winston Churchill: never, never, never surrender.